Alright, I want to give my bit about my MacBook here, which is now...
What's up, bitches?
Oh, yeah. Always with the wonderful, colorful introductions. Anyway, with my MacBook here, Bruce.
The fat ass finally got around to naming.
Again with the insults. Yes. Pardon my Bruce's French, let's put it that way. Anyway, yes, his name is Bruce, and we can thank a YouTuber for giving us that name, because I made a video some time back asking you guys for a name for my MacBook, and Bruce was selected as a winner. So I'll let Bruce say who the thanks should go to.
You can also thank the Bueller. Yeah, the same Bueller who thinks John Locke on the TV show lost his kick-ass, and who wishes to still push the damn button. Come on, Bueller. 4, 8, 15, 16. You can do it. Anyway, he named me Bruce. I have no idea why, but it was the best name submitted. Maybe it stands for something like relate from, you can enjoy, or right. Or maybe it's the other Bruce, as in yippee-ki-yay and that for.
Well, there you have it. Where does the name Mr. Bit 10 come from? And it's really quite a short story. Sometime back, I would say in the very late 90s, I was always rebelling against some of the newer technologies come in, and I guess, and that's also evident in a lot of my videos, that if these new technologies come out, I don't always think everything's just so hunky-dory and that we should make things more efficient than going in some of the directions that we're at. So I would always get dubbed this guy who's always concerned with older computer technologies, and that just culminated to like just bit logic and things like that. So I one day, because I used to draw comic books, very much an artist at heart, although I would say I don't have as much patience for the digital art side. I've been getting used to it over the years, in between all of the programming. But I used to just do simply pen and ink and things like that. And we would have projects, and this was for a company that wanted a mascot. And I've designed several mascots over the years. One for a Japanese company. I mean, this is when FireWire was in its very infancy, and there was a company over there in Japan that we were working close with, and they wanted something with a mascot and a character and a whole digital world and stuff. And it was very neat animations that we had going on, where the character's name was Elroy, and he would participate in the streams and showing how fast FireWire really was. But for the other company, I always went back to my roots, because that company represented myself and my other colleagues and things. And so I dubbed the mascot Mr. Bit. Now that came from an idea of, I don't know if any of you have seen Tron, but in Tron they had, I mean, I grew up with Tron. That was still is one of my favorite movies. And it was the little bit that would follow Flint when he was flying. I forget the name of the vehicle. Wow, it had those big feet and stuff. I can't remember the name of it, but he was flying it, and the bit would assist him in just simply yes or no, and he would communicate with the floating bit. Well, my mascot was based on that, except I gave it a face and the whole thing, and it became Mr. Bit. So I was always just dubbed that name from then on, when that character company mascot was created, and followed me ever since. I then came to YouTube and joined YouTube and tried to register as just Mr. Bit, but that was already taken, and so I just simply added the 10, and thus you have Mr. Bit 10. Anyway, the rest of the video is going to be just answers to some surveys and showing of other responses that have come about, and my answers to just some digital music and stuff like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Alright, I wanted to give my bit on my 5 favorite YouTube channels. Now, I added a caveat to that, in that none of these channels will have anything to do with computers. So, the first one is The Real Bud Dickman. And this has to do with a radio show host named Phil Hendry. I'm a huge fan of Phil Hendry. Followed him, gosh, for years. I actually, early on, when he wasn't as popular, I was working with a friend in San Antonio to work on his unofficial My Crappy website and stuff like that. I guess he's not as popular on YouTube. I've seen some videos come and go on there, but nonetheless, he does have a presence on YouTube and a channel that I check up on frequently. The next YouTuber would be Pete Lover. Now, this is a guy who actually commented on my Scotch Aberlour review, and after that I just started watching his channel, and he's a Scotch connoisseur of sorts who does great reviews on various single malt scotches that I've seen. I haven't, you know, it's mostly like Islay and the Highlands, Speyside, stuff like that. He's got a lot of great reviews on. So Pete Lover is a great channel to watch if you're interested in Scotch or spirits or anything of that sort, basically. The next channel is one that I don't really watch now, but one that I was heavily watching. If you followed me for quite a while, you'd have known that some of my background wallpapers were of America's Cup races, and I followed a channel called America's Cup Anywhere, and it would basically have great highlight videos and things like that. It's still up and running, but America's Cup usually comes every 4 years, sometimes 3 years, sometimes longer, depending on the history. But that was a channel that I watched frequently, just daily, especially when the races were on for the preliminaries leading up to the Louis Vuitton, and then the Louis Vuitton Cup, and then finally to the America's Cup. The last channel, or not the last channel, second to last channel would be Science Online, which is it's like a summer camp in Canada, and the channel basically has one of the founders of the camp make videos and then shows various aspects of science, like making batteries out of lemons, making a geodesic dome. There was a video on how far is the sun from the earth, things like that. It's very, very, very interesting stuff, stuff that I like to show to my son. So that's definitely a channel that I check up on frequently. And the last channel, which was something that I elicited as a surprise on those of you that follow me on Twitter, and that I was creating a new channel. It's not a channel for me. It is a channel for my son, Junior Bit. So he's finally going to be able to have his own channel called Junior Bit 10, and I'll have all the links to all of this. And his channel is pretty much going to be a show and tell of things, because everybody really loved the video where he showed his Apple computer. Well, he's got a lot of other things that he'd like to show everybody, whether it could be a speed racer track, or whether it's astronomy, showing you stars with his telescope, just various things that he likes to show off and stuff. So he's got a vid up now which is on astronomy, particularly focusing on Orion and Canis Major, showing the nebula in Orion and stuff like that. It's really cool. So I have to list my son on there. Anyway, that's this portion of the video.